In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable wheat steel pennies you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these coins so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. Let's kick things off with the most expensive and one of the most iconic coins in United States history, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Steel 1 cent with the S-error mint mark. This is a coin that has captivated collectors and investors for decades. The 1943 steel wheat penny was a result of the war effort during World War II. Due to the shortage of copper, the U.S. Mint switched to steel for the production of pennies. This coin is primarily made of steel with a zinc coating, making it a significant departure from the copper pennies that preceded it. However, during the production of these steel pennies, some errors occurred, including the famous S mint mark error. Historically, the 1943 Lincoln wheat penny was a necessary adaptation in the face of wartime scarcity. These pennies were minted to ensure the government could produce enough currency for the war effort without taking valuable copper from other essential war-related manufacturing. The decision to switch from copper to steel was made due to copper's increasing importance in the production of ammunition and other wartime materials. As a result, the 1943 steel penny is often referred to as a wartime penny. In terms of design, the 1943 penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing right. The reverse displays the traditional wheat stalks that frame the words E pluribus unum, a symbol of the country's unity. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, who was commissioned by the U.S. Mint to create the design in 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs for any coin in U.S. history. Now, what makes the 1943 steel wheat penny truly remarkable is its error variant, the S mint mark error. Some 1943 steel pennies were mistakenly stamped with a mint mark of S, which represented the San Francisco Mint, but there was supposed to be no mint mark at all for this particular year. As a result, this error penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. numismatic history. The 1943 steel penny with the S error is extremely rare, with only a handful of known examples in existence today. It is estimated that fewer than 20 coins with this error were produced, making it a true rarity among collectors. The number of surviving examples is so small that every time one surfaces, it causes a significant stir in the numismatic community. Market values for this coin have soared over the years, and it's no surprise. In pristine condition, a 1943 steel wheat penny with the S-error mint mark can fetch a value upwards of $200,000 or more at auction, depending on its overall condition and grade. In circulated, dirty condition, it can still command impressive sums, often exceeding $50,000. For collectors, the rarity of this coin is unparalleled, and it's considered one of the holy grails for those specializing in Lincoln wheat pennies. The 1943 steel penny with the S-error mint mark is not just a coin, it's a piece of history. For collectors, owning one of these examples is akin to possessing a rare artifact. The coin's significance extends beyond its monetary value. It serves as a reminder of a time when every metal resource was vital to the war effort, and the U.S. Mint was forced to innovate under immense pressure. Collectors are particularly interested in this coin because it's not just about owning a piece of history, it's about owning a rare, error coin that continues to tell the story of how small mistakes in the mint's production process can result in treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The fact that this coin was produced during wartime only adds to its allure. It stands as a symbol of the U.S. Mint's efforts to adjust to wartime needs, as well as a reminder of how a small error in minting can result in a coin with monumental value. Given the extremely limited number of these coins that exist, and the ongoing demand from serious collectors and investors, the 1943 steel wheat penny with the S-error mint mark is likely to continue to appreciate in value, making it an excellent investment opportunity for those lucky enough to find one. Next up, we have another prized coin in the United States collection. The 1943 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Steel 1 cent with the D-error mint mark. Much like the S-error, this coin also carries the weight of wartime necessity and a mistake made by the mint during its production. But what sets this particular coin apart is the D mint mark, which was intended for coins minted at the Denver Mint. However, due to a rare error, This 1943 penny was stamped with a D mint mark when it shouldn't have been. As with the S error, the 1943 D error. Wheat penny was produced during the period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning to steel pennies as a substitute for copper. However, unlike the S mint mark error, which was relatively rare, the D mint mark error has a slightly higher mintage, but it is still an incredibly valuable coin. The 1943 D steel wheat penny was supposed to be made with no mint mark at all, yet a few slipped through the cracks with the D mint mark, which was typically used for coins minted at the Denver facility. This error, while slightly more common than the S error, is still a significant mistake, making these coins highly desirable among collectors. Collectors who are interested in this coin are particularly drawn to the unique nature of the error. In terms of design, this coin still bears the same features as the standard 1943 steel penny. The obverse features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln by Brenner, while the reverse depicts two stalks of wheat. However, the presence of the D mint mark on a coin that should have had no mint mark at all is what makes this coin so intriguing. When it comes to market value, the 1943 D steel wheat penny is no slouch. In excellent condition, these coins have been known to fetch upwards of $100,000 at auction. However, even in circulated and dirty condition, they can still command a premium price, often exceeding $25,000 to $50,000. The coin's historical context, coupled with its error status, ensures its place as one of the most valuable coins in the market for collectors of U.S. Lincoln wheat pennies. The collector interest in the 1943 D error is considerable because it represents a mistake that almost went unnoticed by the mint, but has since become one of the most coveted errors among coin enthusiasts. It's a prime example of how an oversight during minting can lead to the creation of a coin that, despite its imperfection, is worth a fortune. This coin's value is also driven by the fact that there are fewer than 20 known examples in existence, with many of them being kept in private collections. Every time one of these coins appears at auction, collectors and investors alike scramble to get their hands on it, making it one of the most high-stakes auctions in the world of numismatics. So what makes this coin so desirable? Simply put, it's the rarity, the error, and the historical significance. The 1943 D steel wheat penny is a product of a time when the U.S. Mint was under extreme pressure to produce enough currency for a war effort. The errors that occurred during this period were minor, but they have since transformed into some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in U.S. history. In conclusion, both the 1943 steel wheat penny with the S error mint mark and the 1943 D error mint mark are among the most valuable coins in the United States market today. While they are both part of the same wartime era, each coin has its own story and unique error, making them distinct in terms of value and collector interest. Next up, we have the 1943 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Steel 1 penny. This particular coin is incredibly valuable, especially when it comes to the large date version without a mint mark, found in circulated rusty condition. It may seem surprising that a coin in this condition could command such a hefty price, but the truth is that the 1943 Lincoln steel penny is one of the most famous and sought-after coins in the numismatic world. This is because it's part of a unique chapter in U.S. coinage history that was directly tied to the challenges of World War II. 1943 was a pivotal year during World War II, and the United States government had to make drastic changes to its coinage to conserve copper for military use. As a result, the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln cent in steel instead of the usual copper. This was a significant shift, and as a result, millions of these steel pennies were struck and entered circulation. The vast majority of these coins are commonly found in circulated condition, but what makes the 1943 Lincoln steel penny with the large date and no mint mark so valuable is its rarity and demand in today's market. The large date version of the 1943 steel penny is particularly desirable because it was produced in much lower numbers than the small date variety. On top of that, the lack of a mint mark makes this coin stand out even more, as many 1943 pennies were struck with either a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. The design features of the 1943 steel penny are important too. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows two stalks of wheat, a design that was originally used for the wheat cent series before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in the 1950s. Now, let's talk about the market value. A 1943 Lincoln wheat steel penny, in circulated rusty condition, can fetch a staggering $400,000 or more at auction. While this may seem high, it's a realistic figure given the rarity and collector demand. When coins like this come up for auction, they often generate significant interest from serious numismatists and investors who are willing to pay top dollar for the chance to own a piece of history. The worn and rusty condition doesn't diminish the value much because these coins are so rare that collectors are willing to pay a premium for any example of them, no matter how it looks. In terms of collector interest, this coin is highly coveted. Not only does it hold a unique place in American coinage history, but it also represents a fascinating era in design and production. Some believe that the steel pennies of 1943 are among the most emblematic coins of World War II because they are a tangible symbol of the sacrifices made during that time. The intrigue surrounding this coin is also amplified by the stories of 1943 copper pennies that were mistakenly struck and accidentally released into circulation, adding another layer of mystery and excitement. The historical context, rarity, design features, and collector interest all come together to make the 1943 Lincoln wheat steel penny, without a mint mark, in circulated rusty condition, one of the most expensive coins in the market. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, this coin is undoubtedly one that you'll want to keep an eye on in any upcoming auctions. Next, let's turn our attention to another highly valuable and historically significant coin. The 1939 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent with an S mint mark. This coin is particularly sought after by collectors, not just for its age and rarity, but for the design features that make it stand out from other coins of the era. When you examine the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, you're looking at a coin that was minted during the Great Depression, a time of economic hardship in the United States. Despite this, the 1939 penny remains an enduring symbol of resilience and hope, encapsulating a period of recovery and optimism. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, especially with an S mint mark, is a rare find. The mint mark S indicates that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which is known for producing fewer coins compared to other mints like Philadelphia and Denver. This fact alone increases the desirability of the coin among collectors. The design of the coin features the same iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been a staple of American coinage for decades. On the reverse side, the design features two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots and the hard-working nature of the American people. One of the reasons the 1939 Lincoln penny is so valuable is its mintage. The S mint mark variety has a relatively low mintage compared to other years in the wheat penny series. In fact, only around 20 million of these pennies were struck, making them a rare find for collectors today. While this mintage number may seem high at first glance, when compared to other coins from the same series, the 1939 S penny is considered scarce, especially in higher grades. Even in circulated condition, this coin can command a high price at auction, with values regularly reaching around $40,000 and higher, depending on its condition. The collector interest in this coin is high due to its rarity and historical significance. The 1939 penny is not just another coin, it represents a time when the country was working its way out of the Great Depression, and every penny counted. For collectors, it serves as a reminder of a turbulent but transformative period in American history. Many numismatists consider this particular penny a must-have for their collections because of the unique place it holds within the broader context of U.S. coinage. As with the 1943 Lincoln steel penny, the market value for a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with an S mint mark in fine circulated condition can be quite substantial, reaching values over $60,000 depending on the quality of the coin and the demand at auction. Coins in higher grades, such as those in uncirculated or near mint condition, can command even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $100,000 or more. In terms of errors, the 1939 penny is particularly notable for the occasional presence of die cracks and other minor production issues. While these imperfections are often not the main attraction for collectors, They can add another layer of value if they are particularly noticeable or well documented in terms of rarity. The presence of any unique characteristics or errors can make the coin even more desirable to those looking for something rare and distinctive to add to their collections. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny, with an S mint mark, holds significant collector interest, not only for its rarity but also for its representation of a bygone era. Collectors today are drawn to the coin because it's a tangible connection to the past, representing both the hardship of the Great Depression and the resilience of the American people. This dual significance makes the 1939 penny a highly desirable piece, and its value continues to rise as more collectors seek to add it to their collections. Next up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln. Wheat 1 cent is a coin of significant historical and numismatic value. Its story begins in 1909 when the United States Mint first introduced the Lincoln cent, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Over the decades, the coin has become one of the most iconic and beloved in American coinage. But the 1947 Lincoln Wheat cent, with its D mint mark, has a special place in the world of coin collecting. The year 1947 falls just after the end of World War II, during a time of recovery and change in the United States. The economy was beginning to recover from the impact of the war, and the country was experiencing significant social and technological transformations. While 1947 is not a year that immediately jumps to mind as one of the most significant in American history, it was a time when the coinage system was evolving, and collectors were already beginning to pay more attention to the finer details of the coins they collected. The Lincoln Wheat cent had been in production since 1909 and was a staple of American currency. The reverse of the coin featured two stalks of wheat, a design by sculptor Victor David Brenner that would remain a defining characteristic of the series until 1958. The 1947 Lincoln Wheat. 1 cent features the classic design of the Lincoln cent series, with President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two stalks of wheat on the reverse. Lincoln's profile is unmistakable, and the design is simple yet powerful. The inscription on the obverse reads, "In God We Trust," along with the date and the mint mark D for the Denver Mint. The reverse features the words E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 1 cent, along with the famous wheat stalks. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The condition of the coin, however, is what sets it apart. This particular coin, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, with the D mint mark, is found in a circulated red rusted state. While most coins in circulated condition will exhibit wear, the red rusted condition adds a unique layer of patina and character that can enhance the coin's appeal to certain collectors. The natural oxidation of copper in the coin, which occurs over time when exposed to air and moisture, leads to the formation of a rust-like appearance that can be seen on the coin's surface. This coloration can often add to the coin's uniqueness and, in some cases, can even increase its appeal to collectors who favor coins with distinctive visual characteristics. In 1947, the U.S. Mint produced a significant number of Lincoln Wheat cents, but the coin's rarity comes from several factors, including the quality of the coin and its condition. The mintage of the 1947 D mint mark was relatively high, with approximately 1.3 billion coins produced at the Denver Mint. However, finding one in high collector-grade condition, especially in its distinctive red-rusted circulated state, is exceedingly rare. As such, the scarcity of these coins in particular grades, along with their historical significance, has contributed to their substantial value in today's market. The market value of the 1947 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent with the D mint mark can vary significantly depending on the coin's specific condition. In circulated red rusted condition, this coin may not appear in mint state, but its rarity and unique appearance still make it highly desirable. Coins in this condition, especially those with visible patina and oxidation, can fetch impressive sums at auction. While a typical 1947 D Lincoln Wheat cent in average circulated condition might be valued at a few dollars, the red rusted variant commands a premium due to its rarity and unique appearance. The current market value of a 1947 D Lincoln Wheat cent in circulated red rusted condition can range anywhere from $15,000 to $200,000 or more, depending on its overall appeal, degree of oxidation, and the specific characteristics of the coin. The more pronounced and unique the rusted appearance, the higher the potential value, as collectors view such coins as special and distinctive examples of numismatic history. What truly drives the value of the 1947 Lincoln wheat cent in circulated red rusted condition is its collector interest. Errors and unique characteristics in coins are often what set them apart from their more common counterparts. The oxidation and rust-like appearance of this particular coin are not typical for most Lincoln wheat cents, and this unique feature makes it highly sought after. Errors like these, especially when combined with the coin's historical context, elevate it from just another penny to a highly valuable artifact. Collectors of Lincoln wheat cents, and particularly those interested in unique and unusual coins, are always on the lookout for coins with distinctive features, including unusual toning, rust, and other forms of natural oxidation. The rusted appearance of the 1947 D coin is one such feature that appeals to this niche group of collectors. The coin's rarity in this condition, along with its historical significance, makes it a top contender for inclusion in some of the most prestigious private collections and auction houses. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!